Welcome back to That Handicapping Show. I'm Claire Novak, and Tom LaMarra and I are back from the holidays, and we are going to jump right into the 3-year-old scene. It's never too early to take a look at some of the horses who will be coming up on the road to the Kentucky Derby, and at Fairgrounds they have the Lecomte Stakes, $200,000, a mile and 70 yards, grade 3. For the 3-year-olds racing here. Now there will be an interesting horse in here for Team Valor and Southern Stables, and that is Savoy Stomp, a horse who was an $875,000 Fasig-Tipton purchase, but Tom and I are both looking elsewhere. Tom, why'd you go against Savoy Stomp, and who are you looking at?
Well, I didn't pick him on top. I clearly think that he should be used in the exotics for sure. And he does race on Lasix for the first time. His last race was mid-December in Florida at Gulfstream Park. It was a 1-turn mile. The horse has never been 2 turns before, but I think that will definitely help him. And Mike Smith is listed to come in and ride. So a lot of positives there. Actually, I'm not sure if he'll be favored, but I think he has a chance to be favored despite a few horses in here that have really run well locally, and you like Tisnell RJ, who you can talk about, but I think War Story has a lot of upside here. He's 2 for 2, trained by Tom Amos, who's having another fantastic meet at Fairgrounds. He broke his maiden at Churchill Downs sprinting, came back and won an allowance race at Fairgrounds at 1 mile around 2 turns. Each time he's had kind of a rough start. He's overcome it. He's won. And I just think he's probably right now, he looks pretty solid with this bunch. And I think the price may be fair in this race because there are a number of other horses in here who look to be on the improve. And I think they'll also get some money. So I think there are maybe 5 or 6 in here that you may get a little bit of value on.
Right, and War Story was claimed by Luch Racing Stable and Chris Dunn after he won that race at Churchill, so he's coming in here after winning for his new connections, who may have picked him up and made a clever purchase there. So we'll see how that goes. About Tisnell RJ, I do like this horse, a son of Tisnell, who was a Keeneland September $130,000 yearling. The reason I like him is mostly for his race at Fairgrounds last time out when he went the Lecomte distance and erred by 13 lengths. So I do think he's the type of horse who can carry his speed a distance, and if he gets out there in front and kind of shakes loose of them, obviously he can handle it because he went that long before and was so impressive.
Yeah, that's why I'm using him here. I think that he should get the lead. Even though he's got post 2, there are a few horses outside of him, a few stretch-out horses that might be trouble for him, but his maiden win was really good. The fractions weren't that fast, but that's not uncommon at Fairgrounds. It was his previous 2 races at the 1-turn mile at Churchill Downs, especially his first, where he was right there the whole way and ran 3rd, only a neck behind the leader. And I think he's probably the speed in this race. And if he doesn't get any pressure, yes, he's moving up out of maiden company, where he broke his maiden, but I still think he looks really tough. A strange horse in this race, and I say strange strictly because of the way he won his first race, is Run Happy, owned by Jim McIngvale. The horse broke his maiden in his first start at Turfway Park, December 28th. It was a 6.5 furlong race. It was the last race of the day. And if you haven't watched it, just watch it for fun because it was bizarre. He spotted the last horse in a full field 6 lengths, and apparently the rail was wide open. And the jockey finally asked him when he was able to find his feet, and he just shot up the rail. He eventually made the top through a half and 45, almost blew the turn, zigzagged in the stretch, and he won in 1:17 on the poly, which is really good time. I thought the horse would stay at Turfway to run through its little series leading up to the Spiral, and here he's at Fairgrounds. So maybe they think the horse has something. It looks like he should like 2 turns too. So I'm going to put him in the mix because I really don't know what to make of him, but it was very eye-catching. Whether it was really good or not, we'll find out, but it was very eye-catching.
Interesting. A son of Kentucky Derby winner, Super Saver. So, of course, that bodes well on the road to the Kentucky Derby. The other horse that I'm going to take a look at in here is Eagle. This is a horse who races for Mr. Farish and Neil Howard, and he was beaten only 3/4 of a length in the Kentucky Jockey Club, which was won by Al Kabir. And that horse, Al Kabir, tops the Kentucky Derby leaderboard right now with 21 points. So he's clearly been precocious, and whether he'll hang around, we don't really know yet. But it does show that he's been running in some good company. He has 2 other wins. Actually, he shortens up because that race and the one that he won were 1 mile and a 16th. So he's going to cut back a little bit in the distance. He has not raced since November 29th, but we'll see how he does coming back in here.
Well, he did draw the outside post here. And look, I think that he's a really, really good horse. And I think he's a horse that we will hear a lot more from this year. But I may want to watch a race. He has trained on the track for a couple months now.
Has a couple nice breezes.
Yeah, and he's not exactly an early speed type, so I'll be curious to see what Brian Hernandez does. For betting purposes, I'm going to use War Story, top and bottom, with Tisnell RJ, Savoy Stomp, Run Happy, and Eagle.
Alrighty, well, Saturday's a busy day. We have some action from Gulfstream Park with the Sunshine Millions going on down there, and then that evening there are the Eclipse Awards, so stay tuned to bloodhorse.com for all of our continuing coverage. And as always, we want to thank Briss for the PPs, and thank you for watching that handicapping show.